All right, man, torture talk. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? I hope everybody's good. I hope everybody's blessed. I hope everybody's well out there. I hope everybody is good. Even my haters. I hope y'all good too. Good, 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 good. I hope you good. All right, so look, man, more reference tracks have came out. More. We heard about the 5 a.m. in Toronto, and now we're talking about the 6 a.m. in Calabasas, I believe. That's the timestamp. So, man, this is getting crazy. So, before we get into that, I got to get a legendary spill. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscriptions today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know to find the ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description. Cash App, no more PayPal. They call me the Hidden Gem. I went from 13 subscribers to over 16,000. And yes, I am the king of the North. Let me know what kingdom you from. This Sunday, there will be a battle rap event, March 23rd, the very first live on this page. I will be battling J Dev. If you like battle rap, click in. We gonna get in. We gonna lock in. You know what I'm saying? The king gotta fix his horn. Gotta fix the crown, baby. Got the crown all messed up. You know what I'm saying? All right, here we go. All right, so look, man, let's get to it, man. No more talking. Let's go. All right, man. This comes courtesy of Fantastic Hip Hop. You know what it is. Let's get to it, man. Let's go. Yeah.
Now, currently with Drake, what is clear is that as he is trying to play a game right now that he just doesn't have the ability to win, because with every single claim that he is pushing out about his label, Kendrick Lamar, and Not Like Us, there is something new that is getting exposed on his end that is way worse than you could ever imagine. And now after Drake's DMs coming out and showing us how much of a weirdo he is, even worse than that, and what may just ruin not just his career but whatever has been left of his rap legacy, is that when it comes to Drake and how he makes his music, multiple new reference tracks are coming to light, and these are not for songs that are featuring Drake with the melodies or anything like that, but these are Drake's timestamp records and some of his most personal lyrical songs. And if what we are seeing,
Bro, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was kind of hurt. I like Drake timestamp records. Y'all know how I feel about rap, and I thought that I thought that Drake, his rapping ability was pretty good. I'm not gonna say a lie. I thought that him rapping a lot of these songs to me was very interesting and very, very good. But to find out that this may be compromised, like these songs may have been written by somebody else, what does this dude do? Like, what does he do? Like, is he making any of this stuff? Any of it? I just don't understand it. Is he making any of this stuff? Because if you are not making your R&B stuff and then you're not making your rap stuff now, I think that dude gonna pull his face off. He's gonna be a whole nother person. You ain't gonna be like, who the hell is that? He might even fall back into a wheelchair and be like, damn, I don't know what's going on.
about Drake being this much of a fraud is even a little true, well then everything is about to get worse in ways we could have never predicted. And now before we go any further into all of this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And now as the Drake fans and OVO are trying to hide everything about this coming out because it is showing that their guy is the biggest fake in hip hop history possible, it has really never been more important to leave that like. And so now with that said, when it comes to Drake, while the situation is certainly a strange one and in typical fashion in this time, the entire Drake community is running around and just saying that this is all fake and it's not real without giving it any sort of thought. At this point with where we are at, I don't think any new low is off the table for Drake, and especially one that's around ghostwriting, because when it comes to...
I agree with that. I think this is the lowest of lows because now your timestamp records are in question. Now, if your timestamp records are in question, your whole rapping ability is in question now. Now, I really want to see how people spin this. I want to see how people try to defend this. Because if everything is gone, you're saying you just like him as a person. You just like him as a person. You don't even like the fact that none of this stuff, like, how can you say you like an artist who doesn't produce none of his stuff? Or I'm talking like, when I mean produce, you know what I mean. Like, I'm talking like rapping, creating. How do you feel about that? How do y'all feel about a rapper or an artist who don't create nothing of their own, and then they just portray to be this fantastic artist, and all of these people behind them is what made him? I just don't understand it.
How Drake goes about pulling talent to create his songs. The general formula he has utilized is to straight up take big artist styles when it's a more melodic song, like he has done with people like Lil Yachty or Party Next Door multiple times. And of course, we have seen so many reference tracks from artists like those come out for melodic Drake songs. But when it's a lyrical song, Drake tends to find guys who are relatively unknown, and pretty much their role is to become Drake and write as him, because this is a pen that nobody recognizes, and therefore nobody is generally able to tell that it's not Drake. And while this was once Quentin Miller, and we found out everything that happened there when he was beefing with Meek Mill, possibly even worse than that, we are finding out now that Drake may have had another ghostwriter who was doing even more baffling work for Drake in terms of what it all meant for his rap legacy, because currently, some apparent reference tracks have been released for Drake's timestamp records from a mysterious user. And now, before going any further into this, to add context to this, a lot of this situation really seems to be like a parallel to the whole situation where a user was revealing that he had items that were on the Meet the Grams cover and nobody knew what any of this meant, other than that Drake was just caught lying there about everything he said with the Hard Part 6, and very similar here. This new mysterious user posted a reference track for one of Drake's most iconic songs and best songs ever, really, in 5 a.m. in Toronto, and of course we hear.
I never understood why Drake went after Day Free and what's the name. I never understood that. I never understood why he would go after them. They had nothing to do with it. But as far as this goes here, this is a crushing blow to a lot of people. And I'm ready to debate somebody on this, because this is a crushing blow. If this turns out to be real, yeah, his career is finished, bro. He's finished. At least in the black community as being taken serious, he's finished, bro. He's finished.
This unknown MC rapping in Drake's flow and putting out all of the quotables that Drake ended up seemingly taking to make this song. And again, while this is all happening right now and the user has still not revealed all of his information, and at that, the way this is all being presented is so cryptic. What we do know is that the reference tracks are from a rapper named Moolah, who is not the user who is giving us all of this information, but has been a ghostwriter for Drake for a certain period of time. And now the reference tracks did not stop there, as there was another one he released which was for Drake's 4 p.m. in Calabasas record, and I mean, after Drake literally defended his first major issue from being exposed for using ghostwriters by...
Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. This is crazy, bro. Oh man, this is crazy.
Saying he was only using it for collaboration and he would never do it with the real lyrical songs like the timestamp records, which of course he is presenting and we always heard as his most personal and important songs lyrically. I mean, now with 2 of these, if these reference tracks are true, I don't want to hear it. Drake is done and his rap legacy is fully invalidated, because if even on your most lyrical and personal songs, other people are writing the story that listeners think you have been in control of, it's gonna be over to levels like we have never seen. But now, beyond these first 2 reference tracks, which again, while we don't have enough proof to fully say that they are official, it does seem to fall right in line with the pattern of everything else we have seen from Drake. And just like we have found out more and more as time has went on, really no matter what the type of song is, from Quentin Miller and what he was doing on If You're Reading This It's Too Late, to all of the people like Party and Yachty who have done his melodic cuts, he does use these references for all types of songs. And outside...
But I mean, listen, he don't really that's why sometimes when I be listening, now that I think about it, I'm listening to some of these songs, these raps from Drake from back in the day, I'm starting to realize that he really don't understand black culture. So he needs people to come in and hit him with stuff that, help him understand. Because some of the stuff he's talking about, he never even experienced. He never even seen some of this stuff. So this is why I'm saying, like, I don't know. I think a lot of people are going to be really hurt by this, like for real. And I'm being serious. A lot of people are going to be hurt because the other stuff maybe, but this here, yeah, this is what they held. They held this dear to their heart. This was their last strength that they had for this guy.
of just the reference tracks, adding more validity to these claims and what's happening. As these reference tracks were being posted, and at the same time, one of Kendrick Lamar's closest collaborators, Terrace Martin, came out and said how the party is fading away, and it almost seems like this could have been a response to Drake being exposed for even his pen being fully fake, based on just the timing of it all. From something like this, which is showing that Kendrick Lamar and his collaborators are still out there and seeing how the entire rap game has responded to his all-time victory, and ultimately what is going to end up creating an entire new problem like we have never seen for Drake if this is really the case. Because really, if these songs are proven to be ghostwritten, everything is going to be over for Drake like we have never seen, because now even the best parts of his legacy are going to be in question. What's now happening is this information is out and people are listening and trying to figure out what's really going on with these reference tracks. It's all coming down to one thing, which is that if this mysterious user is going to be able to connect everything we are seeing more and just give us definitive proof that this rapper really has been Drake's pen for some of his most pivotal songs, and seemingly when it comes to this, as the user is at least acting like he has more Drake reference tracks for songs around this time, as he just posted another reference for Drake's song Draft Day, for example, they do seem like they are prepared to tell us more. And
bruh, I told y'all yesterday on the other show, more stuff is gonna come out. This is not the end. More is gonna come out. I'm telling you, man. More is gonna come out. This is getting crazy.
who knows what else they are holding on to, because with some of the other announcements and comments he is already alluding to, it really does seem like they may have more info on Drake that is not related to ghostwriting, and that is going to reveal a lot more that is going to surprise us. And so now with this, and again, this really feeling like this sequel to the situation that we saw when everything about Drake and the origin of Meet the Grams was coming to light. First off, what we are seeing is that Drake really has made so many different people who he has encountered across his career so mad, because for just multiple different people to be doing things like this, it is wild in of itself. Because again, when has something like...
I'm telling you, what probably happened was, listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. You cannot do stuff behind people's back with their women, bro. And he's known for doing these type of things. A lot of these dudes, people say, oh, why are you crashing out over a girl? Listen, bro, let me explain something to y'all. You cannot stab somebody in the back to try to get some sleep from a girl, bro. I just don't see why men do stuff like that. There's plenty of pussy out here, bro. Plenty of it. You ain't got your man's girl or your man's girl, wife, or whoever, bro. You ain't gotta. I think Drake has an addiction to other people's girls, man, which is disgusting to me. You putting your face in someone else's girl's twat, bro. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? When she's actively with another nigga, it's crazy. But I'm telling y'all, listen to the king. I'm telling y'all, this is probably why this is all happening. I'm telling you.
This happened to other artists, because really it does not seem like there are many other people in the industry who have made this many problems with people and who also have this much stuff that can ruin their reputation. But now beyond that, and way more important, what we are now starting to see and happen around Drake more and more as a whole, and maybe revealing to us how in this next era of his career everything is just going to look so bad because of all of the poor choices he has made, is that from the DMs coming out to now this right after, as Drake is now in a situation with his label that is getting much worse and is creating more and more problems for him, as he is trying to say they have done more and more awful things about what they have done to his career. Now Drake has really put himself in a position where the people who he has worked with and who made him a superstar at a time do not want to ever help him again because he went fully against them. And for Drake, and I really think this is showing how he just never thought things fully through, and I think that's going to be the lesson and story we all see from this ultimately, is that really, as Drake used to be so high up and important to the entire music industry that there was literally a point where he could release anything, and no matter what it was, between his name being on it and with their full support, it would never fail. And so with this, when you are in that circle of artists, which Drake was, which just like people such as Taylor Swift, for example, Drake was so important to that same label that they didn't just help him, but because of the proximity and how important everything his name was on was, they knew everything about his creative process and what went into him making all of the music that he did. And because of...
I'm hearing that Drake used to go in a room with like 5 guys and they'll just come up with songs. Actually, he said that. But to me, I mean, that's cool. It's cool to have, reference tracks. But when you have somebody actually writing your stuff and you are spitting it and then you never hear from the person and you're rapping the whole thing, yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem.
This, you have to at least question if all of Drake's secrets are coming to light now because they are no longer trying to hide the truth about this artist because they don't care about his perception because he decided, of course, to go against them. Because really, I am sure Drake's label has reference tracks and material that would be way worse than even these, but when you think about all of this stuff going on through that lens, when you look at the timing of all of this, with these claims coming out about Drake right now, all of this being connected or happening in response to one another does seem very likely, and again, while Drake fans are saying it's fake, it really just seems like the people who made sure it seemed like he won a rap beef when he lost it in actuality in the past are now just not doing everything they can to help him. And really from that premise, and when you start to think about how comments dating back since an album like Take Care, which said that everyone from Kendrick Lamar and The Weeknd to so many other MCs were helping Drake write on that record, I do think that part of this idea that even Drake's timestamp records have been ghostwritten has to have some truth behind it, because even with this beef, why was Drake not quick enough to be able to put out one of these songs or write a lyrical performance anywhere near this level, and instead just resorted to the gossip and drama we saw on Family Matters and then did whatever we saw on The Heart Part 6, and again, even with the notion of Drake just bringing all of this paperwork and claims into rap beef, which has made everything so messy. We have seen more and more that Drake doesn't just want to play by his own rules, but that he does not respect the path that others have had to follow to achieve their greatness status, and instead would rather do everything he can to take all that away and just do whatever he can to help himself at the expense of the entire history and lineage of rap music. And so with all of this, as we see the situation grow and we find out just how bad what Drake is hiding behind the scenes really is, get ready for the worst thing to happen to his entire rap legacy and the music you may like. Because with the way everything is going, and again, from the reference tracks and ghostwriters we know are real to all of the other ways Drake has disrespected the rules that have defined hip-hop for so long and that every other rapper has always been aware and respecting of, things are only going to get more out of control from here, and when they do.
That's true. That's 100% facts. Make sure y'all go follow Fantastic Hip Hop. You know what it is. Yeah, man. Oh, man. I'm telling y'all right now, man, more stuff is going to come out. And if this is the case and his reference tracks are leaked, because I'm telling y'all, the record labels, they will slowly, they'll kill you with 1,000 cuts. They'll slowly bleed you. And I'm thinking that, I'm telling you, they probably have a whole lot of stuff that they can use against Drake. And they just waiting. They waiting. But I'm telling you, when this case is dropped, watch what happens. Watch what happens. As soon as this case dropped, watch what happens. Because it's going to either get dropped or something's going to happen. But watch, I'm telling you. And I think that the reason why he's all in on this, because he's already all in on it. He's already all in on it. And he's like, man, you know what? I might as well just do it because I'm already all in on it. I'm telling you, that's what I believe. I believe that he's already all in on the case, and that's the reason why he's doing what he's doing. Because he can't stop now. You know what I'm saying? If he do, he just looks stupid. So that's why he's asking for all these outlandish things. But, hey, man, I'm sorry, but for all y'all Drake fans, y'all having a hard week because more and more stuff coming out. He went against the creators, the content creators again, behind people back. Now he's out here doing this. With people saying that he ain't writing 6 a.m. in Calabasas at 5 a.m. in Toronto. Oh, man, that's going to be a blow. I'm telling y'all. All right, man. Thank y'all for joining me. All right, I'll see y'all. Peace. Bye.